Now what's going to happen is I'm going to send you home.
Saying goodbye is never easy.
Someone yelled incoming, we all went into a hole.
There was incoming rockets and mortars. And just screaming in.
They were all blown up all over us.
Emergency medevac, ASAP.
March 28th, 1968.
We didn't expect to get hit, and we did.
Mike Regan
Not everybody gets in the hole when all those rockets start landing.
and Doc Nunn
Oh,
said their goodbyes
it's not fair.
to the young man Regan was holding in his arms.
I was like this laying on the ground, and he was right here, and the other guys were right there.
They're just 18-year-old kids.
We just knew he was bleeding.
He just came out to say goodbye.
Keep your head down, okay?
Goodbye to Vietnam, to the war. That fellow Marine was going home in a few days. He was counting on it, even as he looked into the eyes of the Marine corporal who held him tight. Artist Mike Regan.
He was bleeding out.
And he says what to you?
He says, Mike, I just want to go home.
The face Mike Regan will never forget.
Then he closed his eyes and died.
His name?
Didn't know his name.
Yeah.
He never knew his name.
No.
That Marine, the company driver who delivered mail,
The face has been up here forever.
took his last breath in Mike Regan's arms 46 years ago.
And his face was the one I
And he's been with him
see every day.
every day since.
All of my drawings are done because of those last words. I just want to go home. They didn't get to.
He's Regan's inspiration.
I sharpen my pencils. And the minute I sit in my chair, the entire world becomes this small circle around me.
For each of the portraits,
Look at her. She's looking at her dad.
for the Fallen Heroes project he started 10 years ago.
He's an angel who walks among us.
I'm trying to draw some life out of death.
The portraits are his gifts to the families
This drawing is all about love
who've lost loved ones
and respect for your family's tremendous loss.
in war.
I will never forget.
For Bobby Jones's family,
It just makes my heart feel like it's gonna explode with love.
We sent Bobby Jones home.
So cool.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
That's why I draw every day.
with each portrait,
I just hear, get me done, get me home.
home for Vinnie Santinello was Jamaica, Queens.
One thing about these letters is a lot of them look like they were written yesterday.
Vinnie's nephew Ralph
He died March 28th of 1968. I was born July 10th of 1969.
So you never knew him.
No.
Vinnie wrote these letters to his sister Lily, Ralph's mom.
All you said was, you're home.
This letter describes a dream he had.
Boy, I wish that dream came true. But someday, I will come home.
Vinnie Santinello was killed in that same firefight
I was there.
that Doc Nunn and Mike Regan
010.
survived.
I'm seeing March 28th, 1968, right now.
And I know that that's the date that he was killed.
Uncle Vinnie wrote his final letter.
It was found on him after he died.
Notice the ink stains,
Well, I got to be going now.
blood stains, and
Well, take care.
heartache.
Love your son, brother,
46 years later.
Vinny. I feel like I don't deserve to hold this letter. It's chilling. Was he in peace? Was he in pain?
We were trying to keep him alive.
Now he knows.
He was right here.
He was at peace, and there was someone holding him.
That someone is working on his next portrait, Vinnie Santinello.
I mean, to me, that's amazing that we know.
How do we know?
Mike and I were talking on the phone.
After all these years,
I need to know who the company driver was.
I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Vincent Santinello.
Saint.
his nickname.
I said, how'd you know that? He said, I've been wearing this KIA bracelet for 25 years.
He wears it with pride and
An ache in my heart.
These are heroes for me who have died for me and you.
He died for me.
When I handed to him, I'm just going to say, your uncle looked at me and said he wanted to go home. And in my heart, this portrait is the beginning of that trip.
from his home in Long Island, New York,
Well, come on. Look at you.
Ralph Morales traveled to Edmonds, Washington to meet Mike Regan, to meet Doc Nunn.
Doc. Ralph Morales.
To to attend the 10-year celebration
So I had to come.
of the Fallen Heroes Project
And he said, you know, I do this work because of your uncle.
and the 3,800 portraits he's created.
For him and for me, I think it's a sense of closure.
Vincent's last words to me were, Mike, I just want to go home. I think in my heart that I'm beginning the trip that your uncle wanted to make 46 years ago. This is for you.
Vinny is interwoven in everything that this man has done. I stand here 46 years after his death, damn proud to say that I'm his nephew.
Vinnie Santinello is home now. John Sharifi,
These pictures don't want to be on my drawing table.
King 5 News.
Yeah, I'm sending them home.